What's up, Skyhook Ninjas? It's Coach Brandon out here on a random patch of grassy hill, and today we're going to be talking about how to practice our parkour roll technique outside. Now first, before we actually start rolling around on this grass, we want to make sure it's clear of any sharp or pointy objects. So make sure you take a look around, look for any sticks or twigs, especially if you're hanging out underneath a tree like I am today, and pick all that stuff off of the ground so it doesn't poke you in your back and body while you're doing these rolls. Give me just a moment. All right, looking pretty clear here on my grassy patch of ground. Now the first thing we're going to practice is kind of like being a turtle and trying to get ourselves up off of our back from a turtle position. So come down here with me on the ground. We're gonna lie on our back. And what we're going to try to do is half of the parkour roll. So we're gonna pick one of our legs and tuck that underneath. The other leg is gonna up in front, and we're going to pick our legs up like this and kick them up. So we're at the front of that parkour roll. Nice. So from the back, up. And then we'll practice switching sides. So picking the other foot underneath, up. Switching feet. And then we also want to practice the other side. So since this is a downward facing hill, I'm going to turn my back to face down the hill. And on my back, I'm going to pick a direction, either a little bit towards my left, a little bit towards my right, and kick my feet over my head that way. I'm going to have my hands right here in front of my head to make contact with the ground and push away from the ground as I kick over. So reaching those feet over my head, pushing off the ground with my hands. Once again, reaching those feet over my head, pushing off the ground with my hands. And now, that's your full parkour motion. We can take that whole idea and practice that roll down the hill. We can start with a nice scoop method. So we're gonna take one hand, put that on the ground. We're gonna take the opposite hand and we're gonna put it in between this arm and leg here. Scooping, scooping, scooping. This shoulder is gonna lower itself to the ground. And as it starts to get close to the ground, I'm going to push with my feet to lift my hips over my head. Scooping through, shoulder getting close, push with my feet to get over my head. Once again from the other side. I'm gonna take that hand, put that hand on the ground. I'm gonna take this hand and scoop in between the arm and leg. And as that shoulder gets close to the ground, push with my feet to get over my head. Fantastic. Now as we get more control over the parkour roll, we're going to get away from using the scoop and actually use our hands to guide us safely onto our shoulder. So you have that triangle shape with your hands. Take that triangle, bring it across your body. You're going to lower this forearm towards the ground, and just like before, push with your feet to get over your head. Triangle, forearm, push. Triangle, down by the foot, forearm, push. And now we're leveling up a little bit. We're gonna try that parkour roll from standing. So we can scrunch down a little bit of a half squat, reaching that triangle towards the ground. And since your hips are already up in the air, you shouldn't need to push as hard to get over your head. Reaching that triangle down and push. One thing you'll have to be careful of going downhill is making sure you control your speed on the way out. Stay in a nice tight ball all the way up until you get back on your feet. If you try to kick your legs out too soon, you'll end up sitting down and you won't be able to stand back up. So make sure to keep your feet tucked in until you're back on your feet. And finally, as you get the most comfortable with those, I want you to actually jump up into the air. Land on your feet and launch yourself into the roll. So standing, you're gonna jump, land, and roll. Trying to go as quickly from the feet making contact with the ground into the roll as possible. So literally as soon as those feet touch, don't wait, and then roll. We're going to feet touch roll straight away. Okay, ninjas? So not only do we need to be able to perform our forwards rolls well, we also want to become proficient in our backwards rolls as well. So we already talked about how we can start in our turtle position, laying all the way on our back, and kick over. We're going to do a similar thing, but actually starting from the seated position first. So starting with those hands in front of your face, making sure you pick a direction, either left or right. And then letting yourself roll onto your back and smoothly kicking over your head, all in one motion. You want to make sure you keep your whole body tight. You don't want to end up folding in half in the middle. I'm actually engaging my core here, engaging my shoulders, my core, my abs to help push my body over my head. Stay engaged. And then, once again, just like our forward rolls, from standing. Starting all the way, sitting down, pushing back just a little bit, and letting those legs help carry our weight over our head. And then just like those forwards rolls, we're gonna jump into it. Jump, woo, backwards rolls. I want a little sideways on. Jump, whoop, and backwards roll, ninjas. Thank you so much for watching the Skyhook Homeschool video, guys. I hope this helps you train your parkour rolls in a safe fashion. Now for positivity today, I want you to think of a time where you've used one of our Skyhook safety techniques, your candlestick rolls or your parkour rolls, to save yourself from injury. I know I've had it happen to me where I've had to use techniques because I was falling towards the ground and had to not hurt my head or arms. What about you guys? Let me know down in the comment section below. In the meantime, we're Skyhook Ninja Fitness. Hands in, Skyhook Ninjas on 3. 1, 2, 3. Skyhook Ninjas!